Welcome to video 8 in this course, namely the Evolutionary Culturology Worldview. In this lecture we'll cover on the topic of worldviews. Firstly, what is a worldview? What are some past worldviews? And what is the Ev-Cult worldview? There it is there. What is Ev-Cult? Well, we all know this if you've done the course so far. There's that. What is a worldview? That's a picture of a worldview there. One way to view it. And some definitions. Well, a worldview is a way of understanding the world and yourself, and your position, perspective, or point of view in your environment or ecosystem. In other words, your map of reality. And on this link, there's a list of about 11 synonyms for the term worldview, whether it's Weltanschauung or point of view, Umwelt, etc. Some past worldviews included Plato's forms or ideals, and then the mechanistic view put forward by Descartes and sort of the Newtonian worldview. Historicism, say William James, Popper's three worlds theory, and the systems view by Ervin Laszlo, 1972. And there's a table of past worldviews on that post on the Ev-Cult blog, if you'd like to read more detail. And there's some interesting past worldviews here on this site. The Interactive Historical Atlas of the Disciplines. Fascinating reading. And there's another table of past worldviews on that URL there, another blog post where people were trying to understand what were the fundamental units of reality as we experience it as human beings. And here's the Ev-Cult worldview. You're a fractal holon parton. You're a system of systems inside more systems. Here's another explanation of the Ev-Cult worldview. That's an eyeball facing outwards to the exterior world and inwards to the interior world, and that red line down the center is the border or the boundary of the system, inside or outside the system. So outside is the ecosystem or environment, and inside is the inner environment. So that's a symmetrical eyeball there, looking outward and looking inward at the same time. In the Ev-Cult view, looking at the fractal holon partons. So in other words, what it means is the fractal holon parton worldview, when we go one step beyond the systems worldview, because systems, their simpler structure and function is the fractal holon parton. So the fractal holon parton view is this: when we look outward, we see outward and upwards, we see larger scale units, person, family, local community, city, countries, planets, star systems, galaxies, universes, etc. That's the environment or ecosystem that we're within, all those fractal holon partons. And when we look inward, we see smaller scale fractal holon partons. We see our organ system, organs, tissues, cells, all the way to atoms and smaller. So it's fractal holon partons all the way up and down. Not turtles, as some might have said. Terry Pratchett, Stephen J. Hawking, one of them. Anyway, there we have it, the Ev-Cult worldview, looking outward and inward from the perspective of systems within systems. or fractal holon partons within fractal holon partons. So there it is, the three laws, the structure and functioning of the fractal holon parton. As we know, Ev-Cult applies to everything, the individual sciences, the meta-sciences, and it's all-encompassing, and it even includes the arts. Ev-Cult even turns the arts and humanities into a science, so that's philosophy and history, things like literature, cinema, music, etc. They're all fractal holon partons, one single set of units, levels, mechanisms, and laws to rule them all, or to understand them all. Basically to predict and control them all, which is what we like to do in science, and we like to do it 3 times as much in meta science. So there it is, the fractal holon parton. That's the worldview. And it can come in handy. For one thing, whenever you're interacting with someone or some entity, you might want to ask yourself, why is this unit competing with me, or why is it cooperating with me? Likewise, what are the units within that are being commanded and controlled? How can I integrate upwards into a larger unit, transcend myself, go beyond myself to a greater cause? Maybe like science, or meta-science, or even meta-science, like Ev-Cult. There it is. The fractal holon parton and the 3 laws. One image to explain the entire universe. It's a powerful little unit of culture, that one, that particular diagram. It explains a lot. It has a wide degree of generality. So there we go. And again, fractal holon partons are systems. Systems are fractal holon partons. We know all the aspects of systems. 2 great books on the systems worldview is Laszlo, 1972, Introduction to Systems Philosophy, and The Systems View of Life by Capra and Luisi from 2014. And on that URL there's a lot more systems science, systems thinking, systems theory, systems philosophy, systems everything resources, if you'd like further reading or further learning. So there we have it. The inputs, outputs, algorithms, boundary, and ecosystem of a system. They're all fractal holon partons. It's a nice simple way to understand everything. And systems and units of culture are structured and function as fractal holon partons. We all know that very well by now if we've done the course up to this video 8. All domains in culture are fractal holon partons. So that solves a lot of problems, looking for units of culture and how they interact and function. And of course there is Ev-Cult in 6 sentences, all very straightforward. And there's nature, biology and culture, all structured and functioning as fractal holon partons. That's why Ev-Cult is a worldview. It's not a cult per se. Cult is short for culturology. So it's a meta science, not a cult. Although Pythagoras kind of had a cult and he did okay. Didn't like broad beans. Anyway, next. So there we have it. Those 3 laws are a good way to understand all the interactions you're having with anyone and anything and everything. Keep in mind those 3 laws. Ask yourself, am I integrating upwards into a larger unit? Am I cooperating or competing with other units on the same scale level? And am I commanding and controlling the units inside me? So there we go. You're a system of systems inside more systems. You're a fractal holon parton. And so is everything else. So nice that you're not alone. There we go. Nature, biology, and culture, all fractal holon partons. So that's why it's a world view. It's actually a multiverse view. It's bigger than the world, or just planet or solar system scale. Good old Ev Cult. So there we go. We know all that now. And Ev Cult as a worldview is also a handy solution to consilience, the unity of all knowledge. It's remarkably simple considering how much it explains. And don't forget, there's those chat GPT instructions you can put in. If you've put them in by now, you'll know that your EvCult enabled chat GPT-4 is explaining everything to you in EvCult terms. So just a new worldview, a nice way to look at everything. Makes it all a lot simpler and easier to understand and predict and control, if you like that kind of thing. Science. And don't forget, there's all those EvCult related GPTs. You can ask them any questions anytime at all, and they'll probably give you the right answer. GPTs can malfunction and hallucinate, but ask it a few times and in a few different ways. Maybe is one way to troubleshoot that. So they're all on the EvCult blog, those EvCult GPTs, including the EvCult tutor if you want to go deeper. We haven't really discussed the ethicizer's worldview, but there's a blog post there, and you can look at the ethicizer's website. It uses EvCult. It's just a handy and simple way to understand everything. So this video lecture has taught on worldviews. What is a worldview? What are some past worldviews? What's the EvCult worldview? There it is, in one little symbol. Next lesson preview coming up, the second last video in this 10 video course. More about those EvCult GPTs. So I look forward to seeing you then. Bye for now.